Hey folks, Nick here, and I've got James in the studio with me, and we are covering Orks in 10th edition and introducing you to how they work now in the new edition. Yeah, we're talking about Orks today, and Orks have always been that fun army that are just like crazy cool, running up and hitting you, or shooting you with like a billion shots from before. You've been able to look over the rules now. How are you feeling about Orks?
I'm feeling good. I think it looks like a lot of fun. In comparison to some of the other rules I've seen for other armies, I'm thinking everything's looking great. Points look good. It's just going to be a blast.
Okay, because I got the impression that you were getting a little tired of 9th edition Orks.
I mean, who wasn't getting tired of 9th edition? We've been playing this thing for 3 years now. I mean, come on. It was time for a shakeup.
Yeah, but it looks like, are you looking, does it look like you're going to have some fun with it?
I mean, it's Orks. You're going to have fun no matter what.
Okay,
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay, so if you don't know, Orks are basically space fantasy Orks. Fantasy Orks in space, but they like the sound of a gun, they like the sound of a chopper, and they like to do as much mayhem as possible. Their passions are fighting and looting and pillaging.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nailed it.
Yeah, all right. Their technology is held together literally by their belief, and they're actual mushrooms.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're spores.
Yeah. So if you ate an orc, it would be vegan?
Yes.
Cannibal orcs or vegans? There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, moving on from that.
Okay, back to seriousness.
Moving on.
Wow, as serious as Orks can be.
All right, so every army in 40k 10th edition has basically an army special rule, something that gives them a little bit of unique flavor, something that does a little bit different than every other army. So what's the army special rule for Orks?
So army special rule is WA, as if it was going to be anything else. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't pronounce the G.
Don't do that.
You don't pronounce the D. And let's see. Ah! You don't want to get this guy angry. I can see that being a bad thing. What does WA do? Is it similar to what it did in previous editions?
It's almost exactly what it did in the previous edition. WA now is one battle round. You may choose to call it at the full beginning of the round, even if you don't go first.
Okay.
5 up invulnerable save, Orks advance and charge, +1 strength, +1 attack for all Ork units.
So call it at the right time and it could be brutal.
It could be brutal and cunning.
And cunning, and possibly cunningly brutal. So yeah, basically they're all about getting that the right time. And when you call the WA, you obviously have to yell it out loud as loud as possible. Yeah.
If you're playing a tournament and the tables around you don't jump when you call your WA, you're not doing it right.
Exactly. Yes. Tournaments are fun that way. And then also in 40k 10th edition, there is something called detachment. Armies are built into detachments, and they're basically an additional special rule that allows you to customize your army to play a certain play style. And currently, right now in Index Land, where everyone only has one detachment available to their army, in the future there'll be multiple detachments to customize your army to do things like be more aggressive, defensive, whatever, maybe shoot more, maybe take more hits, whatever.
Fight
but
better.
Right now, the detachment for this the Orks are what? What is available right now for Orks?
So the detachment rule is get stuck in. All Orks are Goths for now.
What does that mean, being Goths?
Exploding 6s. All 6s to hit count as 2 hits. So essentially what happens is if you roll a critical hit, which in most cases is 6, possibly better, it counts as 2 hits.
Sustained hits rule.
Sustained hits 1.
That's really powerful, especially when typically Ork shooting revolves around a lot of shooting.
No, melee only, come on.
Oh, this is only melee?
This is Orks.
I mean, that's still really good. You typically get like a bucket full of dice for charging in. Yeah, usually if my tower in combat, I don't even bother rolling because I just take them off.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You've played a few test games with them now. What are some things you liking? What are some combos, strategies that you're liking so far?
So a couple of things I'm going to say is I really like all Orks armor save got a point better, which is great. A lot of 6-up invuls across the whole army in there. It's looking good. The vehicles are looking way tougher, hardier. You have a better chance of getting your walkers and stuff across the table, which is great.
Yeah, I see killicans here. You never saw killicans before.
I think, and I not just cans and walkers, I mean all vehicles are looking very hardy.
Look really tough.
The game seems a lot less lethal. Vehicles do seem to last longer now. You get to play with your toys longer, it's great.
Is there a particular unit or model that you're hoping to, that you're looking forward to playing with, that you're excited about?
Of course. The Grand Warlord himself, Gaz Gothraka.
Oh yeah, he looks fun.
And he's going to have a couple Mega Knobs following him around with Makari, just throwing the beat down.
Yeah, you basically him as bodyguards now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Mega Knobs have always been fun.
They'll be hopping out of the battle wagon still, throwing beat in face. I mean, he's infantry now, so he can Kool-Aid Man through a wall. It's going to be great.
So it's,
oh yeah!
Essentially, are you keeping to your tried and true orc strategy of just like running up and hitting them?
Of course.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you heard it here. That's the orc way.
Beat
Run
face.
up and hit them, or run up and shoot them, or a combination of both.
No, don't shoot them. That's a waste of time. Beat their face.
That's my thing. I'll shoot them.
Yeah, let the Tau shoot.
You know, we would really make good allies.
We
I'll
would
shoot
actually,
them, you
yeah,
hit them,
totally.
and there we go.
You lay the cover fire, I'll charge in.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
We'll take over the galaxy over the blood of orc bodies. You know, just you take the fire.
But we don't. It wouldn't be blood. It would be like I don't even know what it would be. Just chlorophyll.
Mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, James, so much for coming and talking about orcs with us. We're excited to get some games in. James is going to be playing some Combat Patrol with us, and some bigger games as well. We're going to do some test games, and we're just so excited to play games at 10th. That's one thing I'm excited about, seeing all the rules. I just want to get more games in. I'd even play orcs.
No, that's my job.
That's saying something. Anyways, I hope you will check out all the other. I hope you will check out all these other army videos. We're trying to do as many of the factions as we can. If we can do all of them, awesome. We're gonna try. Check them out. Let us know what you think, and let us know what you're planning to play for 10th edition. And until we see you next time, take care and
Play on. You didn't say Grimdark Universe.
that's his job.
Oh, okay.
Play on. Hey folks, my name is Nicholas. I've got Michael beside me, and we are going through an introduction of Necrons and how they play in 10th edition 40K.
And to all you naysayers, ne'er-do-wells, and general snobby-wobs, they are fantastic. I am so excited to play them this year.
All right, so we're talking about Necrons. We're talking about how they play in 10th edition. It's a little bit different. Every army's changed, and if you are going into 10th edition thinking that everything's gonna be the exact same as what it was and just slightly different, no. Rethink it, reframe your mind, and relearn the game because it's all different, but it's pretty darn cool.
Take everything you knew, throw it out the garbage.
Start over.
Start over.
But Necrons are pretty cool.
Oh, they're so
We've been
amazing.
doing some test games, and they're pretty. Okay, overall? How you feel?
Overall, super excited with the direction they went with them. I feel like they took Necrons, they took the core of being the unkillable horde that marches towards you and just keeps getting back up.
Yeah.
They cranked that to 10. I'm so excited to be at that level with these guys because that's how they play in my mind.
Okay, so before we go further into these units, because these are scary,
Yeah.
let's talk about army-wide special rule. Every army in 40K 10th edition has kind of a bonus, a special rule that they get to make their army better or unique. What is the army-wide special rule for the Necrons?
Necron army-wide special rule is reanimation protocols. There's been a couple different versions of it throughout the years, the different editions. What I'm really excited about is I think they caught it really well, where every single unit in the army, infantry, vehicles, characters, doesn't matter what it is, we are bringing back D3 worth of wounds each command phase. Now, as far as we understand, it is still after the morale phase, okay? So very hot debate there, but here's the important thing, guys. It's easy to buff it. Like, Res Orbs, guess what? That's in his phase, and in my phase, I'm bringing guys back. Oh, well, this little fella, the Reanimator, guess what?
He has a point now.
He has a point. He's a 12-inch aura of extra D3 coming back. Again, if you have a Res Orb, his phase, my phase.
Kill him quick. Kill him first.
Do you like this Ghost Arc? I love a Ghost Arc, because guess what it does? You shoot me, I'm bringing guys back. You charge me, I'm bringing guys back. Oh, and am I by this guy over here? I'm bringing D3 plus D3. Oh, it's so amazing.
So many guys!
And it's so cool seeing all of the different ways that you can kind of make it stack.
Yeah.
I think that is my favorite theme, and I can't wait to make every opponent I play on grow and be like,
So in addition to an army-wide special rule,
Yes.
Armies in 40K 10th edition are done in detachments. You build detachments of guys, and currently there's only one detachment per army that you can take. In the future, there'll likely be multiple detachments to customize your army to play in different styles, like aggressive, defensive, more shooting, more close combat, whatever. What is the detachment available for Necrons right now, and how does it work?
So the detachment rule is basically the old Necron overlords.
My will be done.
They used to do my will be done, which is where they'd point at a unit and they'd make that unit hit on a one better score. No more my will be done. However, if a unit is led by a character, then that unit is a +1 to hit across the board. That is all the time. That's shooting, that's combat, it's in your phase, it's in my phase. It's no longer capped. Now, as I said, They have kind of toned some of it down a little bit, like warriors are not hitting on 4s, but realistically, I pop a Cryptek in there, I pop a Royal Warden in there, I pop a Lord in there. They're hitting on 3s again, guys. And there's also additional bonuses that those characters pass on to the unit.
They're so good.
So cool.
They're very, very cool.
I love it. Even little things like they got warriors just right, where they're not the, tons of guns running at you, hitting on 2s. They're not that way. They are the slow-moving horde that marches up the field and just will not die. I love them so much. There's some of my favorite these are some of my new favorite reimagined models on the field here. Watson, doesn't even really matter what Watson got.
Doomsday Arc.
Yeah, Doomsday Arc Watson, those of you know him. Doesn't even matter what it was, I would still play him because he's my favorite. The slot machine cannon. Still with D6 plus 1 blast shot, so there's still the slot machine cannon-esque, but much more consistent damage.
I've heard it called the circus cannon.
Circus cannon, slot. I like slot machine cannon myself. There's a degree of it. But anyways, he would be here regardless, but some of my other favorites, warriors, again, they just feel absolutely unkillable. I find that you're gonna see a lot of Resorbs in the near future. Resorbs are so good on characters. Characters in units buff the units. Those Resorbs, guess what, guys? They make reanimation happen on his turn and my turn. And there's more ways than just that to buff them. They're so cool. I really even like how they fixed death marks.
Oh, they're
I
scary.
use death marks.
Oh, they're scary.
They're good.
And they're really good, yeah. I think snipers have a place in this game.
They are so useful for picking out those 3-wound characters.
Well, especially in armies like Tau, Guard, Eldar, Admech, all these armies that have these smaller, weaker characters that are generally like 3 wounds now.
But characters are still, there's going to be a lot of characters in this edition, I'm sure of it, because of the buffs that they provide.
Oh yeah, you have to.
But these death marks are going to be so good at taking out those supportive characters. And even little things too, right? Like I love, this is the Gloctopus, guys. The Gloctopus, the Hexmark Destroyer, which unfortunately his rule, right? He was such a cool model, such a cool concept, didn't quite land what I wanted him to. His rules are insane. I think
they are pretty scary.
You'll really enjoy seeing what he comes up with. So with all of the buffs that these characters are going to be passing along to their units, especially with the detachment rule that Necrons have, I think you're going to be seeing a lot of characters for the Necrons. Super excited to see it too, because I think they filled a niche that I always envisioned them to do.
Now, one thing you didn't talk about, I think we have to mention just because I'm brutal, was this
oh yes, Lichguard. So once again, Necrons in 9th edition were one of the earlier codexes. When they first came out, we kind of refer to it as early codex syndrome, right? Where as they were kind of, the
as
first
the edition
ones,
goes on, they get more power creep kind of thing.
Creeped out, right? Lichguard, when they first came out, were really tanky, but then just everything came out that was just so good at killing them, right?
But now
we're
in index land.
We're in index land. Everything is reset. Everything is back to the bar.
Wild West time.
Lichguard always were a Terminator equivalent, and I think you're going to find that these guys are Terminators in tanking. They just tank and tank and tank. And
you could take a big unit of them.
Oh yeah, unit of 10 with 1, maybe 2 characters, maybe 2 characters. We'll have to see.
They just don't die.
They
and when
don't
you manage to kill 1 or 2, you're like, oh yeah, I did some damage. I managed to whittle this down.
Oh,
they just come right back.
Oh no, is it your command phase? I'll bring a Lichguard back. Is it my command phase? I'll just bring a Lichguard.
I need a rematch. That's what I need.
Right.
Yeah.
Am I close to it? I'll bring a Lichguard.
Our test games have not been successful for the Tau. Let me tell you that.
Successful for me. Oh yeah. I want to say too, I really like the way they reimagined the Locust Heavy Destroyers.
Oh yeah.
Locust Heavy Destroyers. I didn't use them against you.
Nope.
But they do 6 flat damage each.
No way.
Oh yeah, their guns.
That's an impressive amount of damage.
They are, whereas this is like still a little swingy, still a little up and low. This is the consistent damage.
Yeah.
And you know what? The other guns, which I hardly ever saw, the anemic ones, they're also fun. I'm gonna buy a squad of 3 for that, for sure, 100%. Gonna add those to my list. So yeah, I'm really excited, guys. Wild West is a great way to put this. I'm really excited to see all the different combinations that come up.
Excited.
I think you're probably gonna see different units than you've, like, when was the last time you seen death marks, guys? When was the last time you saw A Plasmancer. I mean, yeah, these guys came in the Indominus box. I'm sure everybody.
Are we gonna see
at home-
Chronomancers?
Yeah, you will. They're niche. They're really cool. They're different than they used to be.
What about the big tripod thing?
Yes, Doomstalkers.
They look fun.
I have 3 of them on my paint table, guys. I'm really excited for those 2. Those look really cool.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of look at what we can expect from Necrons and what Michael's excited for and I'm not excited for. But try to check out all the other videos. You can get a sense of where 10th is going with all the other factions. We're trying to put as many out for as many factions as we can. Maybe we can cover them all. We will try. And make sure you check out the games as they come out of
Absolutely.
Michael playing his Necrons. We've got lots in store, lots coming up. And thank you for watching. Until we see you next time, take care and
Play on.